What's going on, everyone? This is Dad over here on YouTube, and I wanted to take the time to make this video and discuss with you all what is going on with Starfield. Is it coming this year? Is it delayed again? How the showcase for Xbox went, and when we get the announcement for the Soul showcase to focus on Starfield. So without further ado, let's jump right into this conversation. Now, the first and most important thing in my eye that I think we need to discuss is, will Starfield be released in 2023? More importantly, will it be released in the first half of 2023, or are we going to see a complete and full delay again? Now, like all of you, I really cannot wait for a confirmation of a month and year that we're going to hear when Starfield is coming out. Now, I still am on the bandwagon that thinks it will be the first half of this year. Some people kind of say, well, with Redfall coming out in May, and that's pretty much confirmed, how can they just release Starfield the next month? Again, that may not happen, and it does seem kind of odd, but I know that we're coming into a typical promotional period for marketing, with a video game, which is about 3 to 4 month window. So by next month, if we don't have this Soul showcase and we don't have some commercials, some marketing on the internet more than what we've already seen, I do fear that a delay, even a slight one, could be coming. But again, I am still on the bandwagon of thinking that it will be released sometime before the end of June. Whether that happens, we'll just have to wait and see, of course. And please, at any time, hit the comment section up. Let me know your opinion. Let me know what you think is going to happen. I do answer and look at every single comment on the page. So please, give me your best shot. Give me your best opinion. Let's discuss it. But back to the possible delay. There's a lot of rumors and insider reports from prominent YouTubers and even game writers that say they hear on every end that Starfield will be delayed again. And of course, that could happen, but here's why I don't think it will happen, and I want to discuss this. Firstly, and this may not have any bearing on it at all, with the recent news, if you haven't seen it, that 343 Industries will no longer make any additional Halo games, and they are really focusing on this partnership with Bethesda. I think Starfield will be the flagship game, at least for some time, with all it's planned for and its DLCs and its longevity, could be the flagship of Xbox going forward. Now, I'm not saying that's going to eliminate what we know about Halo and how people view Xbox and Halo as one and the same, but I really do feel that this connection with Bethesda and Xbox and this partnership, Starfield is going to be the face of Xbox for some time to come. Point number two, why I don't think it'll be delayed, is if we are getting a Soul Starfield showcase, I would assume in February. I would think that would be the smart move by them. And when we get that announcement, I really think that they're going to give us the release date, or at least a month and year, which will be, in my mind, June or even July of 2023. I don't think they can go past that. For one, we know Bethesda games typically have a buggy start. Every game that comes out, they polish it the best they can. They're still phenomenal games, but they're always, and every game has this, they're always got bugginess to them that first couple months the game is released. Now, the showcase standalone for Starfield, if they would do something like they did for Fallout 4, I think that would not only hype up more people that are not already hyped up about it, but really broaden the horizon and broaden the scope of people they want to bring in to relate to Starfield, to want to play the game. Now, my final point on why I don't think Starfield will be delayed again is there are so many top tier games for not only PlayStation and PC, and that coming out towards the second half of the year and fall and the holiday season, like Marvel's Spider-Man and so many other games. I don't think Starfield and Xbox can benefit from delaying again. Now, yeah, you're going to have some people that say, okay, they delayed it again, they're working out kinks, it's going to be spotless when it comes out. But then if it's not, if it has even one bug or a major bug, you're going to have that Cyberpunk effect all over again. And to their credit, Cyberpunk did a 180. They turned that around, but it did take a lot of time. And the money and the everything that's put into Starfield, I don't think they can afford to go that route. They can't afford to delay again and then put out a game and people like, hey, this is not what I expected it to be with all the delays. Now you're going to have Cyberpunk all over again. It might be another year window before they get it polished the way they want. And by that point, the fan base that wants Starfield might not be willing to put up with it. They may not be willing to go back and say, okay, let me try Starfield again. They work some kinks out. Let's see what happens. But nonetheless, those are kind of my top 3 focus points I wanted to explain to you all why I don't think Starfield will be delayed again. And kind of going back to my next segment, I wanted to talk about, I said the Starfield showcase, that standalone showcase that's coming out sometime, hopefully February. I am shocked by the people and the fans that are still blown away, especially on Twitter, of why there was no mention of Starfield in that Xbox showcase that happened yesterday, January 25th. I mean, guys, we're all fans and we know what's going on, but if you've even been on the internet to look up anything Starfield in that Xbox showcase, they said specifically, hey, we're not going to mention Starfield, nothing about Starfield, we're focused on these other games. And I'm glad they did it. For one, that showcase was only 45 minutes long, and they crammed so much into that. It was more like, it felt like a glorified trailer or a movie you go to where you watch the previews beforehand, and it was just in and out like that. It just felt like a glorified version of that with very few talking points. But that's my own opinion. It wasn't bad. I do like what they promoted. Redfall looks awesome, I think, but I just still was blown away by the fans that couldn't figure out why there was still no mention of Starfield. It's kind of like the old thing where you want your cake, want to have your cake and eat it too. It doesn't go hand in hand. They told you it wouldn't be there, so we have to respect that, and we had to understand that. Now, of course, I'm rambling here. I'm trying to do a giant one take, for example, but I do have a coughing fit I'm dealing with, so I keep stopping. But I just want to take this time in a video to thank every one of you guys that are checking out the shorts, that are checking out these videos, because I don't get a lot of time to do this. I am a dad, of course, Starfield dad of 2 boys. I keep busy with my full-time job, and this will be awesome opportunity to sit down and make this content for you every day, especially once the game releases and we have so much more content to go on. And if you are willing to stick around for that, I love you guys to death. Thank you so much for everything and all the subscribers I've gained in just a couple months I started this page. But moving forward, and the last thing I want to talk about is this. And this kind of puts all my talking points previously into one giant, soup, you could say. But what are we really expecting out of 2023 Starfield release? Well, let's talk about it. I think these couple things have to happen. For one, they got to come out with this showcase next month would be ideal. If they wait any longer, I think they're missing a major window and going to have people just frustrated and losing further interest. On top of that, if they have the showcase, they need to give us every detail, grain, big, small, whatever, about what we expect this year with Starfield. Not what we're going to be doing in the future, what you can expect when you play. We need to know details. We need to know the month it's going to be released. Specifically, a day would be like a pipe dream, but we need a month. We need to know where we're at and where we're standing at, and we need to get a pre-order started. I mean, that is one thing that has frustrated me from Bethesda. I know it's hard to put a pre-order out when you don't have an exact day for the game, but I still think some kind of pre-order, some kind of legendary edition, some kind of, hey, give us a deposit and you secure your spot for Starfield would make me, and I think so many other fans, more applicable to understanding that, hey, this is real, this is happening, it's coming, it's almost here. I think that would be a major move by Bethesda, and them announcing that in February or whenever the showcase is would be just a 10 out of 10 for me. And really, the last thing I want to touch base on is we're so excited about the base game, but what do we expect with DLC? I mean, let's say the base game, all the side quests and everything, they said could take, I forget how many hours they said now, but a ton. But do we expect any kind of DLC, if it comes out in, say, June, like they're saying? Do we expect DLC by the holiday season, by fall? Do they want to put it out that soon? Do they have a release schedule of when they want to hit DLCs? A lot of games always come back to Destiny 2. They do a very good roadmap on an expansion and what to expect with DLCs and what's next. And I think if Starfield can do the same thing, or at least say, hey, we have this, and this expected for this year, get ready, guys, it's happening. And then the next year, they tell us what's coming after that. I think that would be a major win for the community as well. But I know this is a longer video than usual. I am kind of rambling, but I just wanted to touch base with you guys because I haven't made too many videos. Being a dad, being busy with a full-time job, it's tough to sit down here and get a second where the kids aren't pulling my coattails or the wife doesn't need me to do something. But I do appreciate everyone that stops by the page. I really mean that from the bottom of my heart. I hope you guys will stick around. I hope I can start making more content when more content is available, so I just don't keep regurgitating the same, hey, release date this, release date that. I can't wait for the game to come out. I can't wait to put out more content every week with Starfield stuff, and I hope you guys stick around for the ride. So until then, take care. Thanks for sticking to the whole video, and as always, I'll see you Starside.